Hello everyone, welcome back to the stream. So I hope I am audible and visible to you. Can I get yes in the comments if I am visible and audible to you? So basically today we are going to be talking about another problem. Okay, this was yesterday's problem which we have seen. Now today we are going to be discussing some interesting problems that are based on the strings, again the same thing which we are doing for past 2 days. So let me just open the pen and then we are going to be starting with the session. Okay, so please write in yes in the comments if I am audible and visible to you. So I'm just going to be keeping that it here, and I'm just going to be writing it. Okay, so today's question is related to anagram. Okay, today's question is going to be related to anagram. We will be given two strings and we want to tell whether those strings are anagram of each other or not. As simple as that. So basically, what is anagram? Anagram means the both strings should contain same characters, same number of characters. For example, if I take example of gigs and I take example of EEKSG, they both are anagram of each other. So in that case, I'll be just returning yes. Okay, so that is the problem for today. So we'll be just writing about that, and then we'll be telling whether they are anagram or not. We'll be looking into different ways for doing that. Okay, so already 4 people have joined. We'll wait for 1-2 minutes and then we'll be starting so that more people can watch the session. Okay. Hello everyone, this is Mohan Bishnoi from Geeks for Geeks, and there is a small announcement to make. Actually, we are going to be starting a stream on strings that is going to be happening from Monday to Friday 3 to 4 p.m. In this stream, we will be discussing about from very basics, we will be covering the topics in strings that are important for interview preparations, and then we will be moving to the advanced questions. So do join us 3 to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday. Hello everyone, this is Mohan Bishnoi from Geeks for Geeks, and there is a small announcement to make. Actually, we are going to be starting a stream on strings that is going to be happening from Monday to Friday 3 to 4 p.m. In this stream, we will be discussing about from very basics, we will be covering the topics in strings that are important for interview preparations, and then we will be moving to the advanced questions. So do join us 3 to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday. Hello everyone, this is Mohan Bishnoi from Geeks for Geeks, and there is a small announcement to make. Actually, we are going to be starting a stream on strings that is going to be happening from Monday to Friday 3 to 4 p.m. In this stream, we will be discussing about from very basics, we will be covering the topics in strings that are important for interview preparations, and then we will be moving to the advanced questions. So do join us 3 to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday. So let's start. So we can start now. Okay, it's already 3:05, and now let's start. So basically, let's first discuss the approach that we are going to be using. The basic approach when it comes to a mind. So we took the example of this one. Okay, we took the example of this gigs, and another was as anything SKKEEG. Okay, so that is what we have seen. Now what we are going to be doing, we will be sorting this. Okay, we will be sorting this string and sorting this string, and then we are sure that if they are anagram, the both will be of same. Basically, first will be same length, that is the first thing for sure, and second thing is that each and every characters will be sorted in the same way. For example, or if we sort this, we will be getting E, G, and then K. Okay, and for similar we'll be getting this if we sort this. Basically if you use sort function for doing that, and then what we are going to be doing, we will be comparing this. Okay, they are equal and we can move forward. Then we are going to be comparing this and this, they are both equal, then we'll be moving forward. Then this, like this we'll be just moving forward and we'll be checking each and everything. Okay, so let us just do and write the program for that. Okay, so let us write. So we'll be using our header file. For that I'm just going to be increasing the size. Okay, we'll be writing bits std++h, so that we do not want to include each and every header file. It automatically includes all the header files that we need to run in a program. Okay, so here we have this. Then we are going to be having this main function. In this we are going to be taking to string. We'll be calling that as str1, that we can call, basically that is string type, and we can call that as, okay, then we can call that as gigs. First let us try to sort this array and see the output which we are getting when we are sorting these gigs. So we'll be using our sort function. We'll be writing str1 dot begin and then str2 str1 dot end. Okay, and then we'll be using normal cout function for printing str1. Let us try to run the code and see the output for this. So let us check if there is some errors. Okay, I just input the parenthesis there. Okay, now it's look good. Let us try to run the code now. Okay, so you can see when we are trying to sort these gigs, we are getting EEKS. So same thing we'll be doing for the string 2. Okay, the same thing we'll be doing for the string 2. So let us make a string 2. Okay, and we'll be writing something like this, and we know that it is anagram of each other, that's for sure. So how we'll be doing that? We'll not be using this sort function here for the showing to you. I just did that, but we'll be not using that. We'll be making another function so that the code becomes more clear and understandable to each other. Okay, so what we are going to be writing, we'll be making a function for comparing, and the function can be check function. Okay, check if they are anagram or not, that function. So in this check function we'll be passing string 1 and we'll be passing string 2. Okay, if this check function returns true, so in that case we are sure that it is anagram. If the check function, which takes two arguments, that is string 1 and string 2, returns false, which means they are not anagram. Okay, so that's the thing. If it returns true, then we'll be writing cout yes in this case. Okay, else what we are going to be writing? Else we'll be writing no in this case. Okay, as simple as that. We'll be removing this sort function, will not be using this, okay, for now. And let us make a boolean function. Okay, let us make another boolean function which basically returns two things. One is true, second is false. If the statement, or if they are anagram of each other, it will be returning true. If it is not, then it will be returning false. As simple as that. So it will be taking two things. First is string s1, I'm just calling s1, and second is s2. Okay, so this is the function. This function we need to write. Now in this function what we will be writing? Okay, first thing is that if there has to be anagram, one thing is for sure, the length of those should be equal, correct? So that is the first thing we can check. Okay, so what we will be writing? We will be writing int l1 basically for finding the length. Okay, so I'll be using the function which we already seen in the first session, that is length function, s1 dot length function, which will basically help us to get the length of the string 1. and then we'll be having L2 for S2, that is string 2, and we'll be writing st dot length function. Now how we'll be checking the length? So we'll be doing something like if L1 is not equals to L2. That's how we write not equals to in C++. Not equals to L2. In that case, we'll be returning false in this case. Okay, so we'll be returning false. Basically, that should be the length should be equal for both of them. That's the first check we can do there. Okay. Now, once they are not going into this condition, which means they are equal in length. Okay. So how we will be doing that? So first we'll be sorting both of them. Okay. That's the way which we are going to be doing in first thing. So let us sort them. How will we be sorting them? We'll be writing sort function, and then we'll be writing s1 dot begin and s1 dot end. This time don't forget to add parenthesis here. Okay. Now let us write sort function for s2 also. So I'm writing each and everything. I'm not just doing copy paste. If I do that, it will not be understandable to each everyone. Okay, so I am writing each and every single thing. Instead of writing this sort function a second time, I could have copied and pasted and just changed the variable name, but I don't want to do that. I want it to be written each and everything, so that you do not get confused, those who are watching for first time and those who are wanting to learn from it. So so here we have s2 dot begin, and then we will be having s2 dot end. Okay, s2 dot end. Now these both strings are sorted. Both strings are sorted. Now we just need to run a for loop, and check whether the strings or whether the characters at each and every index should all be equal or not. Okay, what I mean by that is, for example, when we sort the first string, we'll be getting E, E, G, S. Sorry, that should be K and S. Again, if we sort the second thing, we'll be getting same thing. Now we just need to iterate. We just need to run a for loop that runs to the size of this, because both are of them equal. We can use any of them. Okay, we can use L1 or L2 for the for loop. Okay, and we'll be checking if both are equal or not. If both are equal and it iterates basically the whole thing, then we can say for sure that they are anagram. Okay, as simple as that. So let us try to run the for loop here. So how will be running a for loop? After sorting, once they are sorted, then what we will be doing? We'll be running a for loop, and it will start iteration from 0. It will be running up to L1 or L2. It doesn't matter, because the length of both strings are equal. We have checked this condition. If they have not been equal, then the function would have ended it here itself. Okay, so basically how it works is, we entered into checker function which we have made. The length is checked. If length are different, then the function end it there, उधर ही खत्म हो जाएगा वो function. अगर वो function वहाँ पे खत्म नहीं होता, it will go down. Okay, it will do all these operations. Okay, so that's that. Now we have checked. Now we'll be running this for loop, and we'll be checking each and everything. Okay, we'll be checking the characters, each and every position. So basically how we'll be checking? So we started from I equals to 0. It runs to L1, that is length 1, I plus plus. Now we'll be doing something like this. If at S1 of I is not equals to S2 of I, okay, then we will be returning false in that case. So what we are doing, agar suppose after sorting, what we have did, we have this one. I'm just going to be reducing the size of the marker so it is fit into this position. We have E, E, G, K, S. That's the first thing. Second, suppose by another was something like E, E, K, T, Z, something like this. Okay, now these both are equal, so it just came here. The length were both of equal for both of them. Then we came here, sorted them. Okay, then we have checked if S1 is not equal to S2, but if this is equal. so it will be running, it will be not coming into this position, this condition. For this also it will not be coming into this condition. For this it will be coming into this condition and will be returning false. As simple as that. Okay, so that's what it's happening here. So let me just remove that, and let us continue writing the code here. And if we are coming out of this for loop, which means the length of them, first thing is the length is equal, second thing the both the characters are at equal position. So in that case we are sure that they are anagram, so for that we'll be returning true, not false, remember that. Okay, so let us try to run the code. Okay, let us try to run the code and see the output for that. So you can see we are getting yes. I'm just printing that string also again, so I don't need to do that. Let us try to run the code now, and we can see we'll be getting yes in this case. Okay, let me just reduce size a little bit so that whole thing is visible. Okay, now what we are going to be doing, we are going to be making some changes in this problem itself. So how we are going to be making the basically we will be making this function more efficient. How more efficient? You can see we have this sorting, we have this implemented sorting algorithms here, right? So the complexity for this is n log n. Okay, this is n log n, the complexity, time complexity. So basically we want this to be reduced. So how we'll be doing that? Okay, how we'll be doing that? We can store some space. You can see it is not storing anything. Okay, so we can store something to reduce this time complexity. Okay, let us try to do that. How we are going to be doing that? So one thing here you have noticed, okay, in an example of gates, what we are going to be doing, basically that we are dealing with the characters here. Okay, so we are sure that it will be at 8-bit. Okay, which means only 256 characters are possible. Okay, 256 characters are possible only. So if we make a small array of 256 array will be very small. Okay, so 256 size, and what we are going to be doing, we are going to be iterating the string s1, whatever the characters will be there, we are going to be incrementing the frequencies for that. Okay, similar to that we are going to be making an array of size 256 for s2, will be again adding all the characters. For example, for this also it was set as 1, this also set as 1. Okay, to take an example, for example, I'm just doing something like this. For example, in a string a comes 2 times. In any example, s1, a came 2 times, b came 1, c came 3 times, something like that, and others are remaining 0. Okay, and similar to that we are having another same example in which we are getting same things, which means the number of characters are equal, the frequencies of the characters are equal, which means they are anagram. So that is the approach that we are going to be doing now. That is the second approach. First approach we have seen using sort function, which was normal. We just sorted, we just iterated, we just checked, and then we just returned true or false from our checker function. But now we are going to be implementing this. So how we can implement this? Okay, any suggestions or hint that you want to give in the comment section, that will be very much appreciated. If you can comment anything in the comment section, if you have any doubts, if you have any suggestions related to this problem, or any ideas or any thought process regarding this problem which we are going to be doing this, please write in the comments. Okay, so I'm just going to be removing all those things. I'm not going to be removing the main part, I'm just going to be removing this function part, because we will be making changes in this checker function itself. Okay, this remains same. this all things remain same. We are going to be just checking, doing the changes here. Okay, so guys, I am just waiting for your replies in the comment section. Please comment in the comment section. That really motivates me to continue the session, otherwise it feels like I'm talking to myself. So please write here comments whether you are getting the point, you are understanding from the session or not. Okay, so let us continue. What we are going to be doing, we are going to be making, first we are going to be making a character arrays, okay, or basically integer arrays, because we will be storing the indices or basically the count. So what we are going to be doing is, we'll be making two count arrays, that is int count, and we'll be making the size as 256, because we know that there are 256 characters, and initially we'll be setting all the values to be 0 in that case. So that is first one, and we'll be making similar to that, that is 256, okay, and all the values are again 0 in this case. So that's the first thing. Now what we are going to be doing, we want to set this, we want to increment the count for those. So how we are going to be doing here itself, in this case will be doing first things which we did for the last also, that we are going to be checking the size, okay, and just we want to be finding. So I'll be doing something like int l1 for our string 1, s1 dot length, and second is int l2, that is for s2 dot length. Okay, now suppose we have this, we have our gigs. I'm just going to be using this space now. Okay, I'll be having gigs. Now we have made a character, we have made our integer array which we are calling as count1 cn1, and in this we are going to be, this size is basically 256, and at each and every characters we are going to be inserting this. Okay, so that's how we are going to be doing. So basically how we will be making the character array, first we are going to be checking if l1 is not equals to l2, what are we going to be doing, we are going to be returning false in that case. Okay, so that's the first thing which we are going to be doing. Okay, and once we have checked that the length of the both strings are equal, which means we are going to be checking the arrays for that, and before checking we need to fill the arrays. Okay, so how we are going to be running, we are going to be running a for loop, okay, which will be basically starting from I equals to 0, it will be running up to I less than l1, and that's it. Okay, now in this for loop what we are going to be doing, we are going to be incrementing our cn1, or basically feeding the integer arrays with the string values. So how we'll be doing that, we'll be doing something cn1 for our string, or basically I, that is s of I, we are going to be incrementing. Okay, and similar to that cn2 also will be incrementing. Okay, so s1, and then basically it will be s2 I, and then we are incrementing plus. Okay, so that's what we are going to be doing. Now once we are doing that, we know that all the integer array will be looking something like this. Okay, others values will be zeros, and in some places it will be 1 or 2 or something depending upon the characters. For example, E is there, in place of E it will be 2, something like that. Okay, now we are going to be running a for loop which will basically check for those, which will be checking the arrays here. So we will be running a for loop. Can you guess how many times basically for loop will be from where to where? So basically we will be writing int I equals to 0, it will be running up to 256. Okay, so it will be running up to 256 I plus plus, and then we will be checking. If we know that if cn1 of I is not equals to cn2 of I, Okay, so in that case we can say for sure that we need to return false. Okay, and if this for loop is finished and we are not encountering anything, we'll be simply returning true. Okay, so let's try to run the code and see if we have any problem or errors. We'll be rectifying that now. So you can see for the first part we are getting yes here. Okay, if we make some changes, for example if we add w, and let us try to run the code now, so you can see we are getting no here. Okay, so I hope till now each and everything are clear to you guys. If you have any doubt in whatever I was explaining, you can comment in the comment section. Okay, let us do one thing. Now that will be a assignment task for you. What I'll be doing is, what I'll be suggesting you is, instead of using two arrays, instead of making two arrays, we need to make only use of one array. Okay, use only one array and do some changes and tell how we can find or check whether they are anagram or not. Okay, so that's the task for you as an assignment. Okay, in the next stream I'll be asking you about this session, about this problem basically. Okay, so let's continue. And now what we are going to be doing is, we are going to be solving another problem for today, that is removing or basically removing duplicates from a string. Okay, so that's what we are going to be doing. So let me just remove all this stuff. Okay, let me remove this, let me remove this. Okay, and let me explain you the problem here. Okay, so the problem is very simple. For example, we have something like gigs and we want this string, we can call that a string s1. We want this s1 to be something like this. Each and every characters in the string should be unique. So that's what we are going to be doing now. We want this to be all unique. So how we can do that? Okay, so one of the very basic approach can be to basically sort this and compare each and, for example after sorting we'll be getting something like this, correct? Once we are sorting, then what we are going to be doing, we are going to be comparing, we will be comparing immediate next elements with each. If that is the case, then we'll be just making another string, or we can update that string there itself. We'll be just removing that. Okay, and again we'll be checking to the next, again we'll be checking to the next, again we'll be checking to the next. Okay, in this way we'll be just removing the immediate. For example, if we have repeating something kk, so it will be appearing something like this, gg gks, something like this. So in that case this will be removed, this both will be removed. Okay, so the answer which we'll be getting is something like this. Okay, so that's the first way. What can be another way? Okay, so another way can be using self-balancing binary search trees. Don't get confused by the word, by the, basically it is simple as using set. Okay, so basically what is set? Okay, if you know what is set, set is basically it stores some values that are unique. Okay, for example, if we just pass or make the set from this string, if you make the set for this s1, we'll be getting this for sure, because set cannot store duplicate values. It always will be taking the unique values. Okay, so if we make the set for s1, we'll be getting the answer which we want. Okay, it will be something like this. Okay, as self-balancing binary search trees are ordered, so that's why the the output will be in this fashion for sure, not be unordered. Okay, it keeps the order for the string. So in this case you can see GEKS, then E will not be there, okay, KS will be there. Okay, so that's the second way which we can implement. There can be another ways using maps. Okay, you can map, how you can use maps. Basically if you use maps, you'll be making a maps for characters and integers. Okay, characters, C for characters or for integers, and it will be something like this: G appears 1, E appears 2, K appears 1 time, S appears 1 time, and whatever the frequency will be just running for loop, and we'll be checking the characters with the only one appearing or only one time appearing in the string that only we want to print or we want to store in some strings, that we can do. Okay, so that's the third way for doing that, and there can be many ways for doing this thing, which is nothing but removing duplicates from the string. So let's try to implement that now, and let's see. And there can be another way which we did in our last stream. We can use a find function. We can use a find function, and we can check if that is present. In that case we can just remove that. Okay, if that is the case, we can just remove from there, and we can just make another string and store the values which are unique there. Okay, so that's the another way. So there are four ways which I mentioned here. We can use any of the ways which we like. Okay, so let's try to implement this. So first of all, what we are going to be doing, we are going to be making, first we will be just including bit slash std++.h, and then we'll be using namespace, and then in this case I'll be writing int main. Okay, so first I'll be writing string s1, and I'll be writing geeks as always, and what I'm going to be doing is, we want the values to be unique. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to be making a set. Okay, I'm going to be making a set, and I'll be just passing there. Okay, so how we can do that, we'll be using set. Okay, we'll be mentioning which type of data we want to store in set. Okay, so that's what we are going to be doing, or basically mentioning in this angular bracket in between them, and we can be calling that as st. Okay, we'll be calling that as st. Now in this angular bracket we'll be mentioning our data type, that is integer, no integer, it is character, because we want the characters to be storing inside, right? That's why we are mentioning characters there. Okay, then we'll be just running our for loop, and each and every characters will be just adding into our set. So that's the one way, using insert function and inserting all the values in there. The other way is directly using this. Okay, so that directly using means we'll be writing something s1 dot begin, okay, or that is s1 dot end. Again I'm missing the parenthesis. Okay, I did that. Now let us try to print the size first. Okay, let us try to print the size first, and let's check what is the value for that. So you can see we are getting 4 as the output in this. So how we are getting 4 in this case? So basically we have this, okay, and then we have set. So G is there, G will be coming into this set. Okay, now E is there, E will be coming into this set. Then again E will not be coming, because it is set, it only stores unique values. Although this will be running, but it will be only showing the unique values. Then again it will be running into K, K will be added. Okay, then again we'll be using this S. Okay, so that's the one way for doing that. Now let us see how we can print those values. Okay, how we can print those values. So we'll be running our for each loop as we always do for auto X, or we can say C for characters, makes more sense, and then we'll be writing st. Okay, and we'll be just printing the values. Example, I am just printing the C here. Okay, let me just comment this and try to run the code now. Okay, then we'll be getting the values EGKS. Okay, one thing you can see or observe is that it is sorted. It is sorted. Gigs is not sorted because G comes first, E comes second. That's not true. So EGKS, that's a proper order, and it has been done using this set, because set is self-balancing binary search trees, and trees are always sorted, as we know, because we know that tree is sorted, right? That's the basic stuff. So that's why we are getting this as sorted values. Okay, if we don't want to do this, how we will be using that? We will be using our insert function. So we'll be using this one, or auto, which is C again, in S1. Okay, we'll be taking each and every characters in that, and we'll be inserting that. So how will be inserting? We'll be using st.insert function, and we'll be writing C there. Okay, then we'll be just running the code again, and we'll be getting the same output as we are getting here, EGKS. Okay, so that's the one way for removing the duplicates. In this case, we have removed the duplicates from here. There can be another values also. There can be another ways for doing the same task. Okay, we'll be talking about that. Okay, so let me just show you one way in which you can use map. Okay, then we'll be using unordered map also. Okay, unordered map basically use hashing. It is more efficient than using map. If you don't want the order, if you're not concerned about the order, we can use unordered map always. So we'll be using map, or basically map, to see the values, to see the frequencies of the characters. Okay, so we'll be using map for characters as well as integers. We'll be calling that map as MP. Okay, then we'll be just running into that. Okay, or if we do something like, I'm just going to be removing this, or we can keep this. We'll keep this. We'll be running our characters into MP, and how we'll be doing? We'll be writing something MP of C++. Okay, so that's the one thing. And now again in our map, we'll be iterating, and we'll be writing something like C dot first, and then C dot second, and L for the next time, to make it more clear and understand. Okay, so we are getting some errors. Let us check what is the error here. So it should be not MP, it should be S1. Okay, let us try to run the code now. And you can see we are getting the values as E comes 2 times, G comes 1 time, K came 1 time, S came 1 time. Okay, and if we want to just print the values that are of frequency 1, how we can do that? We can simply run a for loop. Okay, as this one we are running here, and we can just check the condition. If we are writing if C dot second is greater than, or basically if it is equals to 1, then we are just going to be printing those values. Okay, let us try to run the code now, and you can see we'll be getting the values with a 1, and if we want them to be in a proper one direction, and we don't want the frequencies, we can remove second, only the first values will be printed. You can see we are getting the values as GKS. k. So the only values which comes one time are done here. Only the values which comes one time are printed here, but we want the values with the 2 also to be printed here. Okay, so how we'll be doing that? Or basically we will be just running into the values and we'll be just printing the values which is only first time. So I'm just going to be writing that, and I'm just going to be running the row. You can see we'll be getting E. As we are just printing the first values, we are not mentioning about the unique values, or basically the frequencies for that. We are not printing frequencies. We are only printing the values here. Okay, so that's the first way, or that's the another way for doing the same thing, for removing the duplicates. Okay, a small advertisement, or basically for those who are watching, this is a news for them.
Hello everyone, this is Mohan Bishnoi from Geeks for Geeks, and there is a small announcement to make. Actually, we are going to be starting a stream on strings that is going to be happening from Monday to Friday 3 to 4 p.m. In this stream, we will be discussing about from very basics, we will be covering the topics in strings that are important for interview preparations, and then we will be moving to the advanced question. So do join us 3 to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday. Hello everyone, this is Mohan Bishnoi from Geeks for Geeks, and there is a small announcement to make. Actually, we are going to be starting a stream on strings that is going to be happening from Monday to Friday 3 to 4 p.m. In this stream, we will be discussing about from very basics, we will be covering the topics in strings that are important for interview preparations, and then we will be moving to the advanced question. So do join us 3 to 4.
Okay guys, so that's it for this stream. If you have liked the stream, just don't forget to like the stream, and we'll be meeting tomorrow, same place, same time. We'll also be solving some problems related to the strings again. Okay, and tomorrow will be something interesting problems that we are going to be solving. So don't forget to like the stream, and there is another stream which is going to be starting at 4, that will be based on the arrays, that will be taken by Kirti, so don't forget to watch that as well. Okay, so that's it for the stream. Thank you guys for joining the stream. We'll be meeting tomorrow.
Hello everyone, this is Mohan Bishnoi from Geeks for Geeks, and there is a small announcement to make. Actually, we are going to be starting a stream on strings that is going to be happening from Monday to Friday 3 to 4 p.m. In this stream, we will be discussing about from very basics, we will be covering the topics in strings that are important for interview preparations, and then we will be moving to the advanced question. So do join us 3 to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday. Hello everyone, this is Mohan Bishnoi from Geeks for Geeks, and there is a small announcement to make. Actually, we are going to be starting a stream on strings that is going to be happening from Monday to Friday 3 to 4 p.m. In this stream, we will be discussing about from very basics, we will be covering the topics in strings that are important for interview preparations, and then we will be moving to the advanced question. So do join us 3 to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday. Hello everyone, this is Mohan Bishnoi from Geeks for Geeks, and there is a small announcement to make. Actually, we are going to be starting a stream on strings that is going to be happening from Monday to Friday 3 to 4 p.m. In this stream, we will be discussing about from very basics, we will be covering the topics in strings that are important for interview preparations, and then we will be moving to the advanced question. So do join us 3 to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday. Hello everyone, this is Mohan Bishnoi from Geeks for Geeks, and there is a small announcement to make. Actually, we are going to be starting a stream on strings that is going to be happening from Monday to Friday 3 to 4 p.m. In this stream, we will be discussing about from